Hey everybody, David here, and today I'm going to tell you how to watch the Askewniverse. The View Askewniverse. I think that's how it's pronounced. So the Askewniverse is the cinematic universe, if you want to say, for Jay and Silent Bob, or the films that Kevin Smith has directed. Because Jay and Silent Bob, even though they've been part of all these films, they are not the central characters all the time. Sometimes it's different characters. And it all started with the movie Clerks. And yes, because Jay and Silent Bob Reboot is coming out next week, I thought, you know what, I'm going to get ahead of the game and do a video on how to watch all these films in chronological order, because you don't have to, because all the films actually stand on their own pretty well, unless it's like a direct sequel. But even the direct sequels, I think you can still watch without having to watch the other ones. But if you're interested, like me, I'm a geek and I like to I'm a nerd and I like to, watch movies in a certain order. This is the order you can watch the Askewniverse. So here we go. Starting from the beginning, in 1994, the original Clerks was released. This one's in black and white. And yes, Jay and Silent Bob have a very minor role in the film, but they're there to connect it all. And the two main characters are actually two clerks who work in a convenience store. So that's why it's called Clerks. There you go. Moving on to 1995, we got the movie Mallrats. This movie is probably mostly known because of the cameo of Stan Lee. It's actually a really good cameo, one where Kevin Smith has gone into stories on how he got Stan Lee for this movie. Ben Affleck is also in there, so that's he doesn't play the same character, I don't think, if I remember correctly, in all the movies. But he that's where I guess him and Kevin Smith kind of their friendship started with that one. And then we go into 1995's Chasing Amy. I'm going to admit this is the only one that I haven't seen yet, but I know Ben Affleck is in this one also. I'll leave it at that, and you guys can watch it for yourself. I'll probably watch it very soon, because since I haven't even seen it yet, it's the only Kevin Smith movie I haven't seen from this universe that he started. But I'm going to. I made it a promise a long time ago that I would. I just haven't gotten to it yet. Moving on to 1997 was Chasing Amy. 1999 we move on to Dogma. This is probably the one where this is probably the first Kevin Smith movie I actually watched. And funny enough, my mom actually really liked this movie, and she's a religious person, so it's funny that she really enjoyed a movie that was making fun of religion. I'm religious too, I guess. Well, not I guess, I am, but I'm not like heavy religious, so I can separate comedy or movies from religion and be okay with a film. For myself, I like to pretend. Not pretend. I like to think that God has a sense of humor, and so he'd be okay with humor being thrown back at him. Moving on to 2001, we got Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. That's right, Jay and Silent Bob. This is their first movie where they get a full feature about them. They were the sidekick. They were the background characters for the most part in the first couple of movies. They became supporting characters in Dogma, and now, unless they became supporting characters in Chasing Amy, I don't know. But in Dogma, I know they were supporting characters. They played a little bit of a bigger role than the first two films they were in, and then this one, they're the stars of their own movie. So it was kind of cool getting Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes to play the central characters. And then in 2006, we get Clerks 2. This was the sequel to Kevin Smith's original movie that he did back in 1994. So it's the continuation of those two characters. And yes, Jay and Silent Bob do make an appearance again. And then finally, the newest film in this universe that Kevin Smith began, Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. So yeah, there you go, guys. Those are the movies in this cinematic universe that Kevin Smith has created. Now, some people are going to be like, "Oh, so Marvel copied Kevin Smith, right, by doing the Marvel Cinematic Universe?" Kevin Smith is flattered when people think that way, but he has actually gone on record on saying, well, actually, it was the comics, Marvel Comics and DC Comics, that influenced him to connect his films together. So, at the end of the day, the comics still influenced his career just as much as maybe the movies kind of borrow the idea once again back for theirs. And there you go. So those are all the movies in the Askewn universe. And yes, I am looking at the computer to make sure I'm saying that right. The View Askewniverse universe. So with that being said, it's kind of funny that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is one thing and this is another thing, because Captain Marvel had a little deep cut reference to Mallrats with Stan Lee in the bus. If you look carefully at the script that he's reading a script to not Clerks, Mallrats. And in Mallrats, you got Stan Lee in that movie referencing the larger Marvel Cinematic Universe. So it's like a mind bust of a okay, so how does that all fit together? They're like referencing each other, and it's like crazy. So, with that being said, leave down your comments below. Have you seen any of these Kevin Smith directed films? Yes, he's directed multiple episodes of The Flash and Supergirl. That's what he's been doing recently. But he's been directing this movie lately. He's going on tour. He just announced that Clerks 3 might be on the way, and he's producing some great content such as the He-Man and the Masters of the Universe series that he's working for Netflix, as well as a Howard the Duck series that he's doing for Hulu. So Kevin Smith is getting back, man. He's coming back with style. He has a whole bunch of projects in the works. He needs to direct at least one episode of Arrow. It just seems weird that he did the comics, but he's not going to direct one episode of Arrow. Come on, Kevin. Do one episode. I know you're busy right now. You're going around touring, showing off your film. But, man, it just doesn't feel right if you're not involved in Arrow somehow. And, yeah, because I'm a geek. So, there you go. With that being said, I hope you guys like this video. Please subscribe to my channel, and until next time, take care.